we go. Welcome everybody. Legends of the Yak. Here we are with one of the, should we call you a younger legend? Mr. Gareth Brockett.
Hello, Brad.
Otherwise known as Brockett. Brockett.
Yeah.
Okay, this man on my left, yeah. When we launched the Sack for Grand Slam, the first time it was really seemed to be competitive. You didn't just beat that, actually, like literally dominated it.
I had to go full tilt.
You went full tilt, eh? And then the following year you did it again.
Just to make sure.
And again, just to show them, and then you retired, and you sat back and watched.
Yeah.
So
I did my job.
This is the Grand Slam legend, the real legend. Been fishing for how many years?
On a kayak, quite long, probably 18 or 20 years.
That long?
Yeah.
But you've been under the radar for a long
Very under
time.
the radar. Yeah, I got one of the early Wahoo super lights.
Did it float?
It did. Yeah. Yeah. So I fished on that for a while, and then.
But did you come from a fishing background, or did you?
Yeah. Bali was a ski boat fisherman, rock and surf, everything. Yeah. Fly fishing, the whole deal. So started from that. Ski boated a bit. Then got the kayak, so went on to that, and then fizzled out a bit. Started surfing a bit more, and
diving. Had a lot of spearfishing.
Yeah, actually that's it. I went on to spearfishing, and so everything I do, I've got to go flat out into it. So kind of put everything aside and dived hard.
The nature of I think the nature of some guys, like we are, like you do something, it's all in.
You got to go
all in.
Yeah. Then it's probably 8.
So you dived hard, as a spearfisherman you dived hard for like, what, 7, 8, 10 years?
Probably 10 years. Yeah.
10 years. I mean, you still do dive now, but not, I mean, you had your years where you really dived hard.
Yeah, I've been very slack at it, and it's like a proper passion of mine. I just haven't, you like prioritize stuff, and you would like to do everything as much as you can.
Yeah, but you can't.
It's either fishing on the ski or surfing or diving.
Or making sure the wife's happy, or the you know.
I always make it.
You always make it. She's not watching this.
She might. So then probably sort of 8-10 years ago, I got back into it. Got the new 575.
And you're like, this is so much easier now.
This big round nose that's blowing around in the wind. And, so got on that, and then it was 100% in that.
All in, eh? Fish hard.
Got all the gear.
No, but you've got the idea.
Yeah.
So you can't say you've got no idea. Yes,
I got all the gear that I needed. So
all the gear.
Stuff,
a lot of knowledge from spearfishing.
And then, so you're quite in tune, I think, from diving.
You've never been a bass fisherman or a, like when I say you've never really done that hard.
Bass fished, but
you've just always been a hard, like you've just loved your sea fishing, and you've put the effort in there. Yeah. Okay.
And I like to puzzle it out, I think. So if
that's
catching fish and you're not, it drives me mad. I've got to figure it out, and why am I doing this, and why it's not working.
But that's a good angler.
And so I think it works in your benefits you. So
that's the difference between I'll say that's the difference between a great angler and a good angler, is a person who will literally get frustrated and puzzle their way out of it. Make it work. Yeah. Another person who's unbelievably good like that is Brad Arthur. Like Brad is identical to that. You know?
You can't just accept cuck.
Yeah. It's not so much that. I think it's like you say, it's your desire to want to work it out. Because fishing is working out what's going on.
Yeah. And every day, it changes. It's not, you don't fish the same conditions every day.
You don't get the same fish, the same results.
Yeah, so you got to be handy and keep changing and adapting.
Yeah.
And so the spearfishing definitely helped. You get to see what they do underwater.
Where they're sitting,
and what current brings into this side of the reef, and the tide change, and there's a lot there.
Which if you're fishing on a ski, may take you 5 years to work out because you fish so much. But on a diving, you can see it in a couple of dives. Well, not quite, but it helps. It speeds up the process of learning.
Yeah, definitely speeds it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that helped. Yeah.
So your most memorable fish on a kayak? Tough one.
But
One stands out in your head.
probably, I think my first wahoo was epic, but I got a little black marlin off Virginia in about 8 meters of water
Off
on
Virginia?
my old super light.
Yeah.
Probably 10 years ago. I just used to catch snook and cuda, like that's all that I used to fish for
Yeah,
my first 10 years.
I think that's what the Grand Slam was nice, was it encouraged people to target different fish
opens
and
up.
learn about other fish.
Yeah. Then you're going to like get information how to do this. and
So
that.
it's 8 meters of water, a black marlin off Virginia.
I went out, so I got this little reef that I used to dive. It's in like 18 meters. It's a bait mark,
Yeah.
which you know.
I know where it is.
So I went out there and I was going to go and get some baits, and I had been sort of dipping around with the little pitching larvies. So I put one out. I thought, okay, I'll paddle to the bait mark and see if there's anything around there. And my rod went away, and I was like, no, it's not going to be a snook because I'm sort of
Halfway between here and there.
past that now. Yeah, and it was like a slow, like, zzz, and I turned and I just saw this little fish like jump out the water. And anyway, after a long fight, it's quite a mess to see.
Oh, that's okay.
Landed it, so yeah, that's
Before the digital camera era, so you never really got a good
It
photo.
wasn't, I've got some old very blurry, grainy pics of it. Yeah, so I think that's probably my most
Stands
special,
out.
though.
It's a good fish.
And then my
marlin.
first one.
But you've caught more than one marlin.
Yeah, I think I've put more marlin than Sadie's, to be honest. At one stage, it was just weird. At one stage, I flipping put a bait out and get a marlin.
You got a marlin in my pelon, didn't you, as well?
It's got, no, I didn't get two, I got two, yeah. So I got one there, went to Bible, got one, came home, got one 3 days later, and then I got another one like a week
Tough,
later.
Like,
It was just,
marlin man.
crazy. Yeah, it was,
There we go.
it was nuts. They were following me
And
around.
wahoo, you say?
No, I haven't got lots. I've actually only got two on my ski. But yeah,
There's not a lot of people that have caught a wahoo on
that
it.
thing's special.
It is a special fish to catch.
Yeah, the take and the speed and
The speed
direction
that it
change.
takes off.
Yeah, and it's the lines are there, and all of a sudden it's going back that way. Yeah, and
Your reel screams off and you see
your
the
reel-
splash sitting over there.
Yeah.
You're
you're
like,
never been under so much pressure as it has with the wire.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's really special.
Yeah. So I think when you won the Grand Slam, you got every species twice, or only the 1 year.
No, the 1 year. I think the first year I got everything.
Everything.
And
I mean, I don't think that's happened.
Yeah, I was lucky. I got wahoo both years, which I was fortunate.
Yeah.
Which is one of the harder ones. I think I didn't get it.
So for those of you who are out there who don't know what the Grand Slam is, we have a thing, the SACA, South African Kayak Fishing Association. We have a Grand Slam competition where we nominate the fish, and then obviously you record the weight. So it's not weighed, it's measured. You add the weights times by the number of species you catch. And the species are the wahoo, a sailfish, a queenfish, a garrick, kuta, a snook, a tuna, and a kingfish.
Yeah.
So 9 fish in a calendar year, 9 different species. It's not bad at all.
So you only got to go fishing 9 times.
Says
Doesn't
he.
work like that.
You just go fishing 9 times. Not as easy as that. If only it's as easy as that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good fun, and it makes you learn a lot. And have to, like, especially for new guys,
You've got to adapt.
You got to adapt a lot. For wahoo, you've got to go and do some solid work.
Yeah. Well, I think there's fish out there. There's a lot of fish out there that you've got to put some solid hours and effort into. It doesn't just happen. I think that's what maybe some guys lose it a bit, and I realise you don't put the extra effort in. You know, you got to keep trying. You know.
Like you make breakthroughs.
Yeah.
Trying something out of your comfort zone.
Yeah. And you've been one of those guys who's pushed the limits.
Push it.
Must push the limits.
Everything.
Yeah. So your biggest fish, most memorable, biggest fish.
Brindle bass. not that I kept, but got a massive brindle bass. And I don't know the area. It's like down from Pandan. It's like the next
Island Rock?
Island Rock.
Yeah.
So there I was fishing. I obviously had a bait too deep.
And
Hooked this thing and I don't know, it's probably an hour and a half fighting. Got this
massive brindle.
grouper brindle up. Yeah. I don't know what it weighs.
And you just let it go.
80. Yeah.
But you fought it properly.
Yeah.
There's some big brindles at Pandan in this
Massive,
place.
yeah.
Huge ones. So,
And I was pretty near it then as well. Still on my super light, so I had to get this thing up.
Yeah.
At least land it.
You're a fisherman, you want to know what it is, you want to see it.
Yeah. So that's probably the biggest. But then a couple obviously Salies and Marlin or
No, but we always say it's
Yes.
hard to say like Sadie or the Marlin. Like
Yeah.
we don't ever purposely keep them, so you don't really weigh them.
I've never weighed spearfishing.
So I think when a lot of us talk about our biggest fish, it isn't always not that we haven't caught the sailfish or the marlin,
Yeah.
but it's never you don't refer it to that.
actual weight.
Yeah, unless you've got one that sticks in your mind, maybe, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had that day with those 2 cuda that I got in the Umschlanger comp.
Oh yes.
So those were special.
Those were, what did those two weigh?
They, unfortunately, I weighed them 8 hours after catching them,
Yeah.
so they definitely drained a bit.
There's a fisherman's story. Yeah, we go. Yeah, and they were.
The bigger one was 29.2.
Yeah.
And the other one was like 500 grams smaller.
Not bad.
They were biggies. Yeah.
How did you get your rods in there after you packed the fish in there?
I got one in, so a ski boat actually came past, and I was stuck with the head of the second one in the hatch.
Yeah.
And he said, "Hey, do you want me to help you with the cuda?" So I was like, "Yes, please." And we're in a comp, so
It's gonna put a tag on it, so
I was
it's
like,
fine.
I don't know if I'm allowed to do this. He said, "No, because they're chairman or whatever."
Okay.
He said, "No, we make the rules, so you can."
Yeah.
So I pulled it out, and they saw the tail of the next one there. So he was like, "Geez, like this is a 30-kilo cutter." So I said, well, can I put the next one in?" So, I gave them two. They were
Slabs.
cutes.
Yeah. And where was that? Where
That
were you
was
fishing?
at PG, yeah.
Oh, PG, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A very quiet day. I don't think any other fish came out actually. It was weird. Went out, put a waller, went away.
Yeah.
Did a circle after landed it. So I did a circle, put a waller, same place, went away with the next one. It was
And then you were like, I'm going in.
probably an hour, and I had the 2 fish in the hatch.
Yeah.
Well, in the boat hatch. And then
There we go.
to beach, put one in my ski, one in the mate's ski.
And then you were done. Nice.
Those were special.
Those are good.
Yeah.
It's good special fish, those ones. Well, I'd like to say, not many oaks can say they got almost 30-kilo fish in the same day, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens very, very seldom.
Does happen seldom. Don't know if your most useful piece of tackle on a kayak? The item that you would never leave, not go fishing with, put it that way.
Fishing rod?
Yeah, but that's fine, because some oaks have like, I think Brad or someone touched on and said, his Trevella, he won't go without any of his Trevella. He's grown up, when I say grown up, he's kayak fished the Trevella his whole life, he loves it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so I used to, there's been no tuna for so long, so I used to actually take, if there were no snook, I would leave my little light spinning rod and I'd take 2 popping
Rods?
And one with a circle setup so you can pitch a bait,
Yeah.
and one with a popper.
Yeah.
And that used to work, frequently used to get on one of them. You couldn't catch up to the tuna to throw,
You
throw
could
the
just
live
pitch it
in
far
and
enough.
you chuck your popper. You'd either get on one of them. So that worked at that stage. But with tuna being a bit dormant, quiet for a while. So I don't know what else is more special, more vital at the moment.
And if it's like reel, your reels, what do you use?
No, just the Dower Saltus 40s.
Good old trusty
Saltus.
salters.
Yeah. And I've got my grinders are also Dower Saltus.
The Dawa boy. Hard and Dawa boy, eh?
It's all I use.
But it works for you?
Trusty. Yeah, no, they don't use you now.
There we go. And if you were giving a novice or a beginner some advice, what would you give them?
Ask for lots of advice from people that know what's going on.
And listen to the advice.
Listen, yeah. It's the quickest way you can learn. So probably join a club. And
I think the stigma of some people saying joining the club, they're like, oh, joining a club, blah, blah, blah.
So I was like that I'm like to be under the radar, and that's what my first like sort of 2/3 of kayak fishing was. I was like, wow. So I think UKFC was probably the first.
Yeah, I think I started UKFC about 2002. Yeah. It's been around for that long.
I didn't want to belong to any clubs or anything like that. So yeah, I had to learn all myself. I think I went to one clinic down at Kingfisher. Might have been Don.
Yes, Don, they had clinics,
Did some clinics then, so I went to, it was like a snook clinic. Actually learned a lot and started catching snook. But yeah, I think join a club and listen to what I say. See if I
And like you say, I think you touched on earlier, improvise when you fish as well.
Yeah.
And just stick the same thing over and over again. Because you're going to get the
same
result.
It's not always going to work. Yeah. Sometimes you might get lucky and that works, and then the next 10 times it
might not work.
Yeah, figure out what's going wrong and what's working. But I think you can steal a bit with your eyes.
Steal a bit with your eyes. The fishermen love to steal with their eyes, eh? We always do. I'm just checking on my list as well. The famous saying of any fisherman, he always says, steal with your eyes, but don't let them know you're stealing with your eyes. Do you know what I'm saying? and not the one where the guys will say, where'd you catch it? And you stand on the beach and take a photo of a different spot.
Just with the ocean in the background.
With a landmark in the background that you...
Another landmark.
Yeah, but it's not the same place you caught the fish. Clever. So we touched on biggest fish, most memorable fish, best piece of tackle. What brings you back to kayak fishing, I suppose? Like, why?
I love so I've got a ski boat.
Yeah.
I love fishing, first of all. I love the
sea. Yeah.
But being on a kayak, like, generally when you're on a boat, you've got 2 or 3 guys there, and you've got to think about them, and maybe they've got some input on how they want to fish in that.
And they make you pay for the petrol.
And it's not that expensive.
Yeah.
But when you go on a ski, it's all up to you, and you've got limited tackle and rods, and you've got to make that work. And you're stuck in maybe 5k radius. You can't
just
for 20 minutes and go, oh, there's nothing biting.
You can't move from Westbrook to Mshlati to Mshlanga. You've chosen your area, your fisher area.
Yeah, so I like that it makes you work harder.
And work out an area.
Work out an area, yeah. Figure out your depths, find out, go to the reef or the mark that you
currents.
Try around. If it's not there, they might be inshore a bit or outshore. Up current.
Which, like you say, the knowledge of diving, you've obviously seen that in the past, so you can implement it when you're fishing.
But yeah, I like it, just being on a ski and this little tub in the ocean. You experience so much.
It's maybe a little bit of it's not that you are vulnerable, but the vulnerability of you're on your own, you're in control.
Yeah.
You know?
It adds to the excitement.
You know, like I'll paddle to where I'm comfortable. I'm maybe sometimes too far for other people, but I'm comfortable paddling that far.
Yeah.
If you know, but it's you're in control.
What's going on?
Yeah. And you get to experience things that you don't always get to experience on a boat.
No, exactly. There's noise on a boat. It's dead quiet. You get flipping whales coming next to you.
You say whales. I took my daughter fishing in Pandan on a double. And we were fishing, and it was a whale sleeping in Pandan. When I said, I've seen them sleeping at Pandan, because that current moves so fast that every now and again there would be ones you'd see one, and it was just massive thing. And I literally paddled. We were sitting on top of it as close as you are to me, like this, and it opened its eyes, looking at me, and my daughter's going, Dad, Dad, and I'm going, it's sleeping, just chill, bro. It's like, what's it gonna do? And it didn't move. Like, you can't do that on a boat.
Yeah.
You know?
No, you're gonna make.
You know, I literally could have pushed off the whale with my paddle, and obviously it probably would have swum, but we just drifted away from it and then paddled away. But yeah, you don't get to experience that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been sold on the kayak fishing until I can't paddle anymore. I mean, there's buddies that are like 70 years still doing it.
Yeah. Rayna's close to 70 years, huh?
Yeah. Is he not over?
Ali! Burn your mate. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely something I'm missing in the top of my head that I just can't remember.
Yeah. Just this. I think we mentioned it earlier though, the surf launching and beaching, it adds to the whole fishing side of it.
There's a lot of adrenaline in the kayak fish.
So in the morning you either got a shore break or a mid break or a back line, and you've got to get out there and you want to get out as dry as possible.
Yeah. You get wet on the way out.
So there's adrenaline there, there's adrenaline coming in. So it adds to, even if you don't catch a fish, you still have a lack of day out or morning out on the sea.
Yeah.
Just because of that.
Mm. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I've learned almost 20 years in the kayak, so we can't class you as a young legend, though you are younger than a lot of those.
It's under the radar.
Under the radar legend. There are a couple of those oaks around, but not very many. But I mean, if you've had the passion for fishing like you've had, then it sticks.
Yeah, that's been since I was small lighty fishing in estuaries. Catching pink.
Any particular person that you've spent a lot of time fishing with on a kayak, or is it just you like to be alone? Because some guys do like to fish alone. Like they really love being alone.
I don't want to say I'm more productive on my own, but I've had a lot of times when other so busy and I make a call. I'm going down to Lumi.
Yeah, I'm doing my own thing.
To Baisley or something like that, and it works out, and you get like a whole heap of fish.
Yeah. So you don't have a person that you would...
No, I do. So I started out with a mate on Miles, so Hammond, that's when we first started.
Yeah.
And we learned a lot together from each other's experience and faults at the time.
Yeah.
Then now I fish with Matt Reedman and Brendan O'Connor.
Oh, okay.
We made us fish together.
Yeah.
So we all learn a little bit from each other.
Brendan was Mozan the other day when he got that Billy Harker's son catching a wahoo.
They both got a wahoo, yeah.
It's like
this day
take a. I think my daughter's 12, so he's the same age as my daughter. So he's 11 or 12. Taking on a fishing on a surf ski with a rod holder, and the oak hooks a wahoo as his first fish at the age of 12. Most oaks dream fish. It's like, I had to tell Billy when I saw Billy, I was like, Billy, there's a lot of oaks who fish for 20 years who would love to catch a wahoo, you know?
Billy was like, what fish is that?
Yeah, it's like your life is blessed, you don't understand. It's like, try and trump that for the rest of your life.
Brendan said their lines have crossed and gone under ski.
We go back again.
They had to unwind this bird's nest and managed to land both of them.
There we go. As we talk about it, sometimes those fish that you think that everything goes wrong, and you actually get it out, and then you have the thing, everything goes perfect, and you don't get the fish.
Yeah. I mean, with the wahoo and the speed that it goes off, it should have just popped it.
100%. Yeah.
Gaff and both in the hatch.
And Ben would probably try to stay calm and say well, it's not that great. Meanwhile, he's going, yeah.
Of course.
As he does as a fisherman, eh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but it's really been good chatting, my man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining the Legends of the Yak, because you are a legend, bud.
Thanks for being here. Yeah, thanks for being here.
You like what do you call it, under the radar?
Undercover.
He told me he was too shy to talk on the camera, so we're very happy that you actually chatted.
Why did you have to bring that up?
That's one more thing. One thing.
Where are we going with this?
One thing that people don't know about you outside of fishing.
Are you asking me?
Yeah, just one thing. Like some open road like John O'Grant rode motorbikes his whole life. Out of fishing.
I don't know.
Passion. Was there a passion? Was there something that you loved, or was it just I love the sea so much?
I love the sea. Yeah. But I love the bush bird.
I mean, you love fishing, I love fishing. Yeah, so it's fishing. For you, it's just, I love fishing.
But yeah, surfing also is a huge passion.
And you love surfing, yeah. The sea.
Surfing, fishing.
There we go. Surfing, spearfishing, and fishing. If the sea is not there, you're not happy.
Well, if there's a river, I'm fine.
Yeah, really? Yeah, okay.
I can make it.
There we go. So when you go on holiday with the family,
Bible.
okay, yeah, it's always fish. There's always water.
It's got to be something.
There's no water. It's not a
I
holiday.
get a bit itchy feet. Try and angle for something near water.
You know, it's like, honey, I booked a spot. We're going to go. It's like amazing. And like you get there and you've got rods in the car, just by accident. It's like, I left the rods in the car.
And the skis on the roof.
Oh no! Oh, so there's nothing outside. It's just fishing, fishing,
the
eh?
sea as well.
Well, that's good.
So
Yeah.
works out perfectly.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you. I mean, good chatting.
Got good.
Yeah.